Hello everyone, today in this video we will be discussing the first question of 18 CSL 47, and this project has to do with Java, and for that we will be using Eclipse. Okay, so I'll be giving you a brief information about what the project is and how we will be implementing the code in Java. Okay, so first understand what's the question. Create a Java class called student with the following details as variables within it. Okay, so what we are doing is, so suppose that this is the class, and in this class we have USN, name, program and phone number. Okay, these four things will be there. So this is the class which we have created in Java. After creating the class, our next task is to create n student objects. Okay, so suppose that we had created the blueprint of what it should include, like what the ID card should include. So now what we are doing is creating n student objects. N is the number of students joining the college. Suppose that the college 3 students are coming. So what we'll be doing is we'll be creating 3 ID cards out of it. Okay, suppose that this is the class and we create 3 objects from it. Okay, so this is object 1, this is object 2, this is object 3. So each of these will have individual USN, phone number, name and program. Okay, all of these will be independent of each other. Okay, so this is the object which we have created from the main class. Our third task is to print the USN, name, program and phone number of each of these objects. Okay, so we have created the object and taken the input from the user. Our final task is to print those values. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we are going to do. First we will create a class student. Okay, that's our first task. After that we will create n student objects, okay, in the main function. This is outside the main function. We will create a blueprint, and by using that blueprint in the main function we will create n student objects and take the USN and the name, program, phone number of these objects, then finally print those values. Okay, so total 4 steps are there. Let's move on to the Java Eclipse. Okay, now see, to create a first project, click here, file, new. Okay, after new click on Java project. Okay, and you can give your project any name. So I'll be giving lab. Okay, lab programs. Okay, after that click on finish. Now this is ready. Click here and go to source, then programs, then student details .java. This already I have created so I can see it, but if not you can go to source, right click it, then new, then I'll create another package. Okay, see, you can give any name here. I'll give pgms. Okay, then click on finish. Now since this is ready, then right click it, then click on new, then class. Okay, inside the class you will be giving your first project name. Okay, I'll be giving student details. Okay, then click on this so that void main will be created for us, and click on finish. Okay, now see, this is ready here. Okay, now see, don't worry about this. I'll be explaining you about these things in a separate video in detail. For now just assume that this is like hash include iostream, that it must be included, those things. Okay, it's a syntax. I'll be explaining what are these things in the separate video. Okay, now see, after creating this you have to write your first function. In the first function, initially we have to create a class, right? Class student. So let's create the class student here. Okay, see here how to create the class student. First, the syntax of class, then student. Okay, and inside the class student we'll be writing the things which we need. What we need 4 things. USN, so we'll be writing all our strings. Okay, USN and name, program and phone number. Okay, so these are the 4 things which we need. Then after that we'll be taking the input from the user, so we are creating a input console. Okay, I'll be explaining you in this about this in more detail. For now just focus on the main concept. Okay, this is just for taking the input, like how we do cout and cin, right, in C++ and scanf in C. Like that only for Java we have to write this. Okay, now this should be in capital S. Okay, after that what we are doing is, after we have created the things which we need, now what we have to do is we have to take the input and display it. Okay, that will be you can see it as an app. Okay, in app what we have, we have the ID card as these data members in it, and these are the functions in it. You can consider the functions as we can click these functions to perform the required operation. Okay, so when we click on the read function, what it will do, it will ask the user to enter what's the USN. Whatever the user enters the USN, that will be stored in the USN, and next it will ask the name. Similarly, the program and the phone number will be stored. Okay, so this is the function of read. When you click on this function, then these things will happen. Okay, similarly in display, when you click on display, what will happen, this USN, name, program and phone number, these all will be printed in a screen according to each user. Okay, so that's the functions which we have in this class. Okay, so I forgot to write this one. Okay, write this one for taking the input. Okay, then after that we have to go and define the read function. Okay, so to define the read function, we'll use void read. Okay, to read the data. In reading the data, we'll be asking the user to print. See, there's a shortcut, write sys out. Okay, then click control and space, then you will have this one. Okay, inside that you can type enter the student details. Since we are asking the user to enter the student details, we will be displaying this message. Okay, so that user will know what to do now. Okay, so after typing this, we have to take the first thing, which is USN. So print that, enter USN. Okay, enter USN, then inside that we'll take the input. See, this is the string which we made here, USN. Okay, see here, inside this we will take the input. How to take the input? Write this format, input. For string we will be using next line, and for int we will be using next int. Okay, this is USN is, since it's string here, so we will be using next line. Okay, so we got the USN. Next, what we have to take? We have to take name, right? So we will be displaying the same message here, enter name. Okay, and we'll be taking name is equal to, okay, name is equal to input input dot next line. Okay, input dot next line. Similarly, we will do the same thing for the program also. Okay, enter program, and here we will edit program. After that, finally we have to take phone number. Now we have taken all the inputs from the user, and this ends the read function. Okay, this is the read function. We are taking the inputs from the user. Now we have to display it, what all we have taken from the user. So for that we will be creating the next function, which is display. What it will do, it will display all the values of the user. For that, what we will do is we will create a table like function. Okay, we will create the display table. Okay, in that what we will have is printf, because we are displaying column wise. Now you will understand what is that when we run the code. Okay, so I have written all of these things, and this will be the display function, and we'll be moving on with the main function now. In the main function, first we have to declare a scanner class. Okay, see, before also we have declared the scanner class here, but this is just for this class, means for the this is for the class student. Okay, so this will be accessible under this parenthesis, this opening brace and this closing brace. So if you want to access input, if you have to take input from main function, we are creating a variable number, and in the number we will have the input. Okay, for the input, what's the code? Input dot next int. Okay, so whatever the number user enters here, that will be stored in number. So if he enters 3, number will have the value 3. Okay, so if there are 3 students, next we have to create an array for storing all the student details in a single place. Okay, so this is the code for array, new student number. Okay, so this is the code. See, for here what we are doing, we are creating the array of student type, and the number of students, how many we want, that many number of students array will be created. Okay, so in arrays we store the data members, right, like the numbers or the characters. Similarly, in the class, what we have the array of the student objects. Okay, so each of this space will have, in each of these space we will have the objects. Okay, so this whole thing will be stored here. this whole thing will be stored here. Okay, after creating the array, we have to take the input. For input, we will be using a for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I should run from 0 to number, okay, I plus plus. And inside this for loop, what we'll be doing, firstly s of I initially it will be 0. S of 0 means in the first place of array we'll have new student. We'll create a new student. Okay, we'll create a new student, and s of I dot read, the first student's data should be read. So how we will do that? S of I dot read. Okay, so by this we will be reading the first student data, and then we are closing the read function. Okay, and whenever we call s of 0 dot read, okay, so these are the indices 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and when we call s of 0 dot read, at that time what will happen, s of 0 means this part dot read. In read function we will take the USN from the user, name, program and phone number. Those all things will be stored in this part of the object, and that will be stored in the array. Okay, this whole thing will be compacted and it will be stored in the small part here. Okay, and when we increment it, I will be incremented to 1, then we will call s1 dot read. So the users inputted values will be stored in the this object. Okay, and this will be stored in the array here. So in that way we will call from 0 to n, so all of these objects will be stored in the particular array. Now we have the data of the student. Now next what we have to do is we have to display the, see, in this for loop we will get all the students data. Okay, after getting all the student data, our fourth task is to display all the student data. For that we will be creating a table. Okay, in this table we'll have the things. By this code, this is in the main function. In the main function we have written a display statement, right? So that will be that will print these values. Okay, USN, name, program and phone number. And this code is in the class function. Okay, see, it's in the student class. So what it will do, it will print the individual USN. See, this is the USN for this student. Whenever we create an object here, and when it is time to display the values, we'll start from here, s of 0 dot display. So what it will do, s of 0 will access this and it will display all the values of individual user. After this gets over, it will print the next one, s1 dot display. This is s1 dot display will take the values from each of these data members and it will display on the screen till when we will do till the end of the array, so that all the array objects data will be displayed. Okay, so that's the difference between these two functions. Okay, now after that we have printed the headings USN, name, program and phone number. Now by using a for loop, what we'll be doing is we'll be printing the values of each student. Okay, individual phone number, individual data values. Okay, see, s of I dot display. So for each I value, means I is 0 for the first value, the first value of the students will be printed. The students USN, name, program and phone number will be printed under the headings USN, name, program and phone number. Okay, and when we call s of 1 dot display, s of 0 dot display, at that time each object will be created, right? It will have USN, name, program and phone number. So each of these will be displayed one by one under these headings. Okay, so name will be printing here, program and phone number. Okay, this will be printing here, and we will go to the second object. Second objects also, name, phone number, program and USN will be printing here. Okay, so in that way we will be printing each of these objects USN and other values under the main headings. Okay, these main headings will be done by the program, main program, and the individual values will be called by the function using a for loop. By using a for loop, we will be printing all the objects value from the array from 0 to n. Okay, all the objects value will be printed. Okay, so this is the code for displaying the student details. Then after that we have to finally close the input which we had used. Okay, input dot close. Okay, now let's try to run and see how the code is. Okay, enter the number of students first. First it will ask, I'll enter 3. Okay, so enter the student details. First it's asking me to enter the USN, so I'll just enter 1. Enter the name A, enter the program CS, enter the phone number 98. Okay, then similarly we'll do for the second and the third student. Okay, the phone number 89 and third student detail 3, enter the name C, enter the now you'll see that now you'll see here USN name, program and phone number. This code is this display is happening because of this main function code, okay, and the individual USN individual USN name, program and phone number for each student is happening because of this for loop. In for loop we are displaying each student, means s of I dot display. See here I is when I is 0, this is this is getting printed, and s of 1 will print this one, and s of 2 will print this one, okay. So this display function will print the individual values. See, USN name, program and phone number, this function is getting called, and the individual values present in the strings of each student object will be printed, okay. So finally we will print all these values and close the function, okay.